Good morning, good evening. Apologies, I woke up at quarter time, but I had something to sort out. But obviously, late is late. Game was very close when I woke up. Orazio now. Chance to make the margin smaller. There you go. Nice. Hello Don Jans, how you doing? Hello Meme, how you doing? How was my sleep? It was alright, mate. Always got to adjust the chat every single time. Yeah, that works. Okay. No, still not. What's my prediction for the rest of the game? I think Collingwood will win. I don't know what else to say, really. Excuse me. Apart from that, I don't know what else to say. I feel like Collingwood would win this fixture a lot more often, even though it can be quite close at times. I think maybe Carlton could have a little comeback. But we need to do it soon, of course. I know it's only 18 points, but you know, if the Magpies get the next goal, then it's quite significant. Hello, Ethan, how you doing? Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. For sake. I was trying to do this. But yeah, there's a nice little poll in there, I guess. Hello, Speedy Dragon, how you doing? Is there any chance Collingwood don't finish first? Um, at this point, doesn't look like it, mate. To be honest. They would need to have a big dip in form, and I don't think the fixtures are that bad. Let me check their fixtures. I just had the fixtures up, but just when you open it again. I feel like they got some easy games after this one. Gold Coast away next, then Freo at MCG, then Richmond, Brisbane, Hawthorn, all at the MCG, then Adelaide away, then Melbourne, and last in round 24. I don't feel like they'll lose. At most, I think they might lose 2. Hopefully more than that. And it also relies on, a team below them going on a little win streak. Quite a cagey game at the moment. Not a single point scored since I've gone live. Have I jinxed it? 1:15 on the clock. Yeah, if there's anyone, it'll be Geelong, yes. Still relies on Collingwood losing multiple games, though. That was great play from Jeremy Howe. McStay gets the mark. Goal McStay. They went a long while without scoring anything. either team. Collingwood get one right on the siren. 24 points is decent at this point in the game. I'll be back. Got work later. Apologies for that. I keep doing this. I apologise. It doesn't take that long to shower. It's just that I got a lot of things to sort out. You understand why in like 2-3 weeks time. But yeah. Here we go. JB Elliott. Unfortunately, it's nothing. Hello, Tucker's Lover. Hello, Lightning Hawk. How you doing? Where's 69 gone? Is he hiding again? Oh, there he is. There's 69. Alright, while I watch this game, might as well put court in session. Right, so some of you remember... Well, you can't even see my face. It's fine. Some of you remember Ricky threw some racist insults at me. So what happened after this was he messaged Mars McGee. So Mask McGee claims he was trolling. Is this true, Mask? Another goal for Collingwood, by the way. I'm also watching the game. So this was a message, this is a screenshot sent from Ricky to Dynamic Pool. Sorry you can't see my face. If you got a suggestion where to put my bloody face, let me know. Actually, wait, I got a good idea. Actually, I don't know. Wait, hang on. If I put this under here, that could still work. That could still work. I didn't want to go full screen record because I still want people to see the chat. And on top of that, the scoreboards as well. You're trying to make him think you're on his side to get him, give you his real identity. He didn't. That was before you banned from his channel, after you got banned. Goal for Collingwood again! Damn. This was quite a tight game towards the end of the quarter. I mean, I know it's 24 points, but like it was kept at 18 points for a long while at the end of the quarter. But now... It's hard to see Carlton coming back from this. So, Dynamic Pool thinks you are Ricky. Why would he think that, Mask? This was his reasoning for thinking you're Ricky. But he also showed me proof that you were talking to him in March and April after you were banned, and he said he was trying to get you. He'd get you unbanned. So why would he try and get you unbanned if he thinks you're Ricky? Why does he want Ricky unbanned? It seems like a weird logic, especially considering that Dynamic Pool returned to this channel the same time Ricky did last year. But he reckons you are Ricky because you weren't talking at the same time as him in the chat. I just find this very weird and contradictory. I'm very confused by this. He reckons you and Mr. Cat were are behind the whole thing. Now, Mr. Cat's not coming back. He won't even get a trial. So he's not relevant in this questioning. Goal for Motlop. Don't know if it's the start of a comeback, but it's something. Motlop has scored 2. Carlton only scored 5 goals the whole game. Motlop has scored 2 of them. Yeah, I know, Speedy Dragon. The reason I tipped West Coast, right, is because of how they played against Collingwood. Collingwood, obviously, best team in the comp right now. Last week, West Coast played well for 3/4. In the last quarter, they got blown away a bit. But for 3/4, they held Collingwood off, right? And they even could have taken the lead in the last quarter in that game. They probably would have lost anyway, but the point is, if they were more accurate at goal kicking, they would have, been ahead at the start of the fourth quarter against Collingwood. So I thought, oh, if they can do that against Collingwood, maybe at home against GWS they might do something better. I was wrong. Never mind. It was not worth the risk at all. Oh, that was a very good goal. Well, Carlton get a goal. Collingwood respond straight away. No, it was Scott McLaren that claimed Deef was making disability. Scott McLaren claimed that. Yes, Master did indeed do that. He quoted a Bible verse to try and make me look bad. Yes. Also kept talking about F1, WWE, football or soccer as you call it. Making digs about it. Yes, he was doing that quite a lot. How come you were so adamant on unbanning Thomas Footy? I'm curious. If you don't know the contents, people, context. Did I say contents? Context. Thomas Footy, he didn't do anything as bad as Ricky. He didn't do anything near as bad as Ricky. But there was a stream where he kept calling me an Indian. So like, what's the problem? Basically, I told him, no, I'm not Indian. My ethnic origin is Sri Lankan. And he said, nah, if you're brown, you're definitely Indian. That's what all brown people are. So that's what Thomas Footy said to me. And then for weeks after this, Mars kept saying, why don't you unban him? Why don't you unban him? And yes, indeed, he did get banned for trolling in the first place. But after he got banned for trolling, then he decided to make those comments with an alt account. I found it a little weird that Mask wanted him unbanned for weeks. And this was before the Ricky stuff even happened. So I find that a bit suspicious. What actually annoyed me more than all of these things was in 2022 when I was going on a day trip from England to Italy and back on the same day to watch the Italian Grand Prix F1. And I wanted to keep it a secret until it actually happened, until I posted the vlog. But Mars McGee made an effort to research events in Italy. He spent half the stream doing it, and then he revealed to the entire chat that I was going to Italian Grand Prix. Why would you do that? See, that's like... See, I'm not a fan of that. Now again, like, the comments that Thomas Finney made, they're not as bad as the comments Ricky made. Of course. But, like, there isn't, like, a line of racism where there's one that's okay, one's not. It's not like, oh, a tiny bit is okay and a large bit... Like, you know, you can, sometimes you can make racist jokes and that's fine. Like, sometimes in comedy you can do it and stuff, but, like, you know, when you're actually being racist, you know, there's no line that says it's okay. A little bit is still too much. Unless it's comedy. Sometimes in comedy it can pass. Like, sometimes you hear racist jokes in stand-up, and I find it hilarious. But that's a different thing completely. Thomas Finney was hurling things at me because he got banned. Found it funny that he annoyed me. Okay, that matches how you were previously. Now, he didn't find Thomas Finney's racist comments funny, because to be fair, he didn't see them. He was not in that particular stream. But I still found it very weird, because he didn't believe me that he was racist. Obviously, back then, I didn't put a chat on the screen. That has to be pointed out. I never put a chat on the screen back then. So it was harder to figure out if he was actually doing that or not. Another goal for Collingwood. I don't think you can see this. I highly doubt you can see that properly. I don't want to move my face because that ruins it. Wait, hang on. Let's quickly go through this chat between Dynamic Pool and Mars McGee. See if I find anything suspicious. So far, nothing suspicious. Oh, very, very suspicious. Actually, there's something suspicious there. Yeah, that's nothing to do with this court session. Banned from Minecraft as well. That's crazy. So obviously I posted this in community post as well. Another goal for Collingwood pending. Sorry, I paused it to watch the goal. That was incredible. I love goals from the angles, you know that. I guess it's a bit less impressive when it's set shots. So Dynamic Pool clearly wants Mask unbanned at this point, which I find a little weird considering he thinks you're Ricky. So I don't know where that's, like, I don't know, maybe he thought that after these comments, after this conversation, or somewhere else. Because apparently this is investigating, so he must have did them somewhere. This is referring to Ethan quoting someone who basically someone said the N word to Speed, and Ethan quoted them, and he didn't say N word; he said the actual word, which was but that's the different situation completely. It's all sorted out now. It takes a while to get through this video. uh, should we get Mr. Cat unbanned? I don't know about that one, Dynamic. I don't know about that one. Carlton, get something back. Hello, Graz, how you doing? So as you can see, Dynamic Pool would wanted to try to get Mask unbanned. I just want to ask Mask. Hope you can hear me, even though you can't see me. There were a few times in the chat where Dynamic Pool would attack new accounts, exactly like you would. That's why he's not mod anymore. Did you tell him to do that, or was that just him being an idiot? I'm just curious, because he was suddenly acting like you when he wasn't doing that before. I just found it weird behavior. So Mars commented on my vlog to see if I would delete the comment. Nah, but comments on vlogs, I'm not really too fussed about that. Obviously Ricky's banned from that channel, but like, yeah. Ban from streams doesn't mean the vlog channel will have ban as well. Okay, so nothing negative here, nothing sus. So I found this interesting. So this kind of proves that Dynamic Pool made a Ricky joke, and he said to Mas McGee they made a Ricky joke. So was Dynamic Pool doing that on purpose, just to see if I would ban him? That's weird. Because there's 3 people who made Ricky jokes, and 2 of them one been banned permanently, and one's Mas McGee, who's been out 14 rounds now. And Dynamic Pool is saying he did the same. He doesn't say here that he did it to try and get banned, but it's interesting that he'd messaged you straight after saying, I did the same, I never was banned. I found that strange. Found that very strange. He told him to deal with the ults. Interesting. I can't be asked to go and find the comment, but dynamic pool. So basically, I mentioned a couple months ago about obviously in March 2024, while I was in Australia, I found out in the same week I was losing my job and my home. So dynamic pool made a joke that Ricky took my job and stole my house or whatever. I found that very weird considering people already banned for making jokes about him. But then he went and DM'd you about it. I find that very sus. And I think for that, Dynamic Pool might get a ban very soon. Again, he elaborates on it right here. I'm afraid it's not looking good for Pool here at the moment. This is meant to be the trial and master for not Dynamic Pool. Going to ask to get him unbanned. The seats are emptying out in the Carlton areas. Wait, hang on, guys. I've paused reading through that. Hang on. Lightning Hawk. I will send a Discord link when I learn how to use a phone. Where the flip is the link? Oh, invite, yes. That button. I hate how it's hard to find your own stream on your own channel. Why can't I just go on my videos and it should be right there, bruv? Jealous that Dynamic made mods. We've actually got a lot of mods now. If you've noticed, most of the people I've made mod I've met in real life. That's why Docker's Love is a mod. That's why Cat is a mod. Not every mod is like that though, but like I haven't met Ben, but Ben I've talked to a lot on Instagram. And I know he's a cool guy, so yeah, I made him mod. Alright, siren sounds for the third quarter, and a kick from Dacos. It is a behind. Still, the margin is 60 points. Alright, so that is that, and then there's a final 11 seconds. You're getting banned after round 15, confirmed. It became round 17, because there were a couple rounds where there weren't enough streams. And a round where Hawthorn lost and I was salty when we lost against Collingwood. So I thought, hey, I'll extend Master McGee's ban because I feel like it. And this was my... So this was basically Dynamic Pool accusing you of being Ricky. Ricky was just masked out. You realise that, right? This one's more in HD because I screen recorded it. The other one is Dynamic Pool's personal video. Mr. Cat was Matt Bongs. So Matt Bongs and Ricky, two different people. He reckons Mars was one of them and Mr. Cat was the other. You put 2 and 2 together, did some investigating. They wouldn't comment at the same time. Now, obviously, I banned Mars for a total of 14 rounds. Even I don't think he's Ricky. Mr. Cat might be. I think that's possible, because he made like 3 or 4 Ricky jokes. He didn't just make one. Mars made one joke. Mr. Cat made like 4 different ones. Because what I find weird about this, right, is they wouldn't comment at the same time. So doesn't that also make Dynamic Pool a suspect? Because Dynamic Pool came back to the channel last year, the exact same stream that Ricky did. Now, I put that down to coincidence. That's why I never banned Dynamic Pool last year. I put it down to coincidence. But if Mars McGee is a suspect because he never talked at the same time, then surely that makes Danny Poor a suspect as well. I just found that a bit weird. Let someone who's constantly ruined streams back. You've ruined a few as well, mate, since Mars got banned. Yeah, a bit of a tribunal, mate. So this was the reason Mars was given a trial. Otherwise, I was considering banning Mars permanently. I've actually got another question for Mars, actually. There was a stream where you admitted you were Chad Sexington, right? Someone who I banned in 2017. So theoretically, I should have banned you 8 years ago. Is that correct? I knew I forgot a question. So this is just me saying what questions I'm going to ask. Alright, well, that's that. That's the evidence. We don't need this anymore. I don't think Mars is Ricky. If I thought he was, he'd get banned. I don't think he's Ricky. I think that's a little too much. So Mask has proof that he's not Ricky. Usually the percentage is wrong. 72 and 27 is not 100, mate. That's 99. I also could bring up Game Geek as well, but obviously I have a bit of blame in that because obviously you and like 3 other accounts bullied Game Geek quite a lot in 2017, and I didn't ban any of you. So I think that kind of falls on me as well because I should have done something more about that. So that's why I'm not asked about him because I feel like he could have been one of the questions that we could have talked about. But obviously that's stopped now. I mean, I see you two arguing sometimes, but like, not on like a big scale. So at least that conflict is not a thing anymore. Paul's list ban is to round 23, but it might be longer than that. Here's what's gonna happen, right? Mars is not getting banned permanently. If I thought he was Ricky, I would ban Mars permanently. I do appreciate that Mask has done some things for this channel. He's obviously literally made some videos I've reacted to, and he also made multiple content suggestions that I've taken on board and used. Me travelling to Perth before Gather Round to watch Freo for the first time, that was Mars McGee's idea. And that's just one of the many things he has done to help with the channel. So because of Mask's contributions, and because I don't think he's Ricky, he is not getting banned permanently. you're free to turn up in the streams. Just keep it about footy. We can occasionally chat about other things. You're not banned from commenting about other things, but anything that I find to be trolling or anything, then I'll just suspend you for the rest of the stream. It'll be just something that I like that. And in the nicest way possible, if I'm doing a wrestling stream, just try not to comment. If you want, you can hang around, like it. You can say hi. I'm not saying you can't say anything, but like, unless you're actually interested, which you're probably not, just try not to comment about wrestling on there. Yeah, the Game Geek stuff we just forget about. We just let everything go of that. I'd rather be cool with both of you than try and revive that conflict. Plus, like, ever since his other accounts got banned, it's just been better anyway. Like that lobster guy, in my days, he'd complain about a video like every 2 videos. Like, why is this guy always crying? Go watch someone else. I couldn't wait to ban him, that guy. What else? Yeah, so Mr. Cat made multiple Ricky jokes, and might actually be Ricky, or at least be friends with him. So he was banned permanently. Mars McGee made a Ricky joke. He was banned for a total of 14 rounds. Although context, it was 10 rounds. It was extended 2 rounds. And I also started the 10-round ban after Gather Round, but I banned him before Gather Round. So he was actually banned the round before Gather Round itself, and the 10 rounds after, and then 2 extra rounds, which I extended. So that's why it was 14 instead of 10. Dynamic Pool is the only other person to make a joke, and he should have known the best because he happened to do it after you two made the jokes. And on top of that, he also attacked new viewers while he was mod. And then there were some other comments from the Stupid Idiots videos. So, how long Dynamic Pool is banned for depends on if Hawk can beat St Kilda tomorrow. But I just want to let you know, there's 7 rounds left in the season. I do not count finals as part of a ban. So if I banned you for 10 rounds, you would be banned for the first 3 rounds of next year as well. So that's actually a very long ban. It's the wrong time of the year to get a 10-round ban, is what I'm saying. Although in the finals, you won't miss out on the grand final stream. Mars hasn't been there, so you won't know. So there's some clubs in London. Mars already knows about this. There's some clubs in London that show the grand final. This year I want to watch the grand final with other people. So I'm planning on going into London. The Clapham Grand is probably the one I'm going to go to. That's the one that's the popular one. They do it every year. But there'll be a few bars that do it. I'm going to go down and watch the grand final with other people in London. Which I think is going to be mainly Australians anyway. Apparently most of the Australians who live in London go to that event. But I'm gonna do that this year. And I'm going to post a vlog about the grand final. So for the first time since 2018, and only the second time ever since I started watching AFL in 2017, I'll not be streaming the grand final this year. Just so you all know. But obviously, week 1, semis and prelim, I shall look to be there. And hopefully not be a quarter late, and also missed half the third quarter because I went in the shower because I got work tomorrow. Or today. No, not mentioning him. Making a remark about him. It's not mentioning it, mate. Also, when you do get banned, your stupid idiot ban extends. They can't go run at the same time. So your ban has to end, and then your stupid idiot ban resumes. You would have to pause while your ban is in effect. No, Speed, he has to be like word specific. Dynamic Pool made a joke that Ricky stole my job and took my house. Mars McGee got banned for less than that. Now that wasn't you, Mars. That was Dynamic. But that's not a ban. That's a ban from being on the list. Because rule number one of Stupid Idiots is you can't try to get on the list. He admitted to making spelling errors on purpose to get on the list. Which not only is breaking the rules, also wasting my time. Because I spent 2 hours recording that session. And I'm just like, I could have spent less time making it. And I had to sacrifice second channel videos just to make that video. That's what made it extra worse. All you have to do is follow the rules. How do we know that Dynamic Pool is telling the truth? That making spelling mistakes on purpose? Why would he lie about that? He just getting himself in trouble on purpose. He admitted to it on the Discord and on stream at the same time. Goal for the Blues. Sure, a comeback is still pretty hard. Dockers Lover, mate. I recommend you you go to the Nostalgia Box, play some FIFA, and then I'm pretty sure there's a place opposite you can get some food, mate. From what I remember, anyway. What if Freo fans are just hungry because they don't win flags, so they're just very hungry to try and get something? Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I never see JD Eagle say he's hungry. They won like 4 flags. Bloody hell, there are a lot of points down, aren't they? I need to get better at button mashing. Oh, really? Free fans always starving. Sorry, flip's sake. I pressed enter to write a bigger comment and it didn't work. For flip's sake. Let me type it somewhere else. Oh, yeah, I haven't got Microsoft Word. Let me go on Google. What's it called? Google Docs. Just copy and paste it from there. Why does it take me to spreadsheets? I want docs, you flippin' idiots. Or is it not called Google Docs? It is called Google Docs. Why is it sending me to spreadsheets? Why is it sending me... Oh, yeah, probably because I never used it before. It sent me pop-ups how to use the thing. I'm just typing, mate. Relax. Carlton's been amazingly terrible this year. Yeah, it's been very funny ever since. I think the Richmond round one game just set the tone for their season, really. Master Squeeze member for 13 months. Thank you, fella. Dynamic member for 9 months. Well, that's the length for maternity. Yeah, I know, I'm not funny. I just typed something out and YouTube says too many characters, for flip's sake. Jamie Elliott, post, unlucky. But yeah, I just highlighted half of it and it's still too much. This is dynamic pause sentence. It all depends on the game tomorrow. And also partly on Hawthorne's season. It didn't paste exactly as a document, but it's fine. You can still read it. Why did YouTube remove the spaces? Stupid idiots. No, not the spaces. After every line on the document, the next line, it removes the space. This ban starts after the game. For your sake, you better hope Hawthorne reach a prelim. What happens if the game gets cancelled? Then maybe it goes to the Frio game, yeah. That's a much harder game as well. There's a lot of birds in the MCG. Just flying around. which is a regular occurrence, really. It's just that I'm noticing them more in this game right now compared to before. Yeah, I addressed that in the comment, mate. The stupid idiot's banned. There's 5 rounds left of it. It's currently on hold. It will resume after he's unbanned. Oh, we heard a Collingwood chance. Hasn't been a goal in nearly 10 minutes. You're not wrong. But Collingwood have done the damage. And Carlton wouldn't know damage if it hit them. 4th quarter scores. Carlton have scored 2-2. Collingwood 0-4. It's quite funny, that. And they're still 50 points down. At least they won a quarter, guys. Mask has now been unbanned from Discord, yes. Completely forgot to do that earlier. I think you can scroll up far enough to see the link, but the chat's been quite lively. I don't know how far back the link is. Even I can't find it, it's in my own chat. I can't see it myself. Carlton and Brisbane next. Yeah, at least it's in Melbourne, they might have a fighting chance. It's at Marvel though, isn't it? I think Lions play at Marvel much better than play the MCG. And they play the MCG much better now as well. They're getting wins at the GMHBA now, so. Goal for Collingwood. They end the game with a goal. 1 second on the clock. Siren is a bounce away. Yeah, it's a marvel. Well, there we go. Got to head to work in a bit, but I'll post the link in Discord one more time just in case. Oh, at least can't find the earlier one. Plus DynamicX sent it to him anyway. Anyone could join except Ricky. Ricky's IP banned on there. Only Mask and Ricky were banned from that Discord. As far as I remember. Ricky's deleted his account now. I went on the bans list, it said deleted user. Mask is now back in the Discord. Yeah, that's what I'm confused about. Mr. Cat was IP banned. Why is only one account banned in there? It says deleted user and that's it. Oh well. He can't come back anyway. Alright, there we go. Obviously, after tomorrow's St Kilda Hawthorn game, Davidoff will start his ban. And obviously that includes Discord as well, so he's got his last day on Discord today. Last 24 hours. But yeah, the game's actually ended earlier than usual. So I could chill for like 10 minutes, but I might use this time to sort something else out. But yeah. This has been fun to an extent. I don't like Collingwood, of course, but Carlton season's been quite funny to watch. So this just adds to that. And hopefully they lose to Brisbane next week to add even more insult to injury. Checking their fixtures now, hang on. After Brisbane, they got Melbourne, Hawthorn, both at the G, Freo away. Then Gold Coast at Marvel, Port Adelaide at Marvel, Essendon MCG. Interesting. Not the worst fixture list, but not the best either. Hopefully we beat them. That'd be nice. But yeah, I went on the IP ban stuff and it said one account and it says deleted user. But surely if they were deleted, they'd just not be on there. But yeah, that was weird. Anyway, yeah, that is all. Sorry I was late. Completely there's no excuses for this one. It's just that I overslept. That's literally what it was. It's not like the start of the season where the games are like 8 in the morning. The games are like 10:30. I can get up at that time. I finish work late, but early enough where I can get enough sleep. It's just that I struggled to sleep last night and I overslept. So it is what it is. I'll try and improve on that as soon as possible. And I also try and improve on going for a shower at half time and not coming back on time. Because it doesn't take that long to shower. But somehow I always come back late. It's just hilarious. So yeah, there we go. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And enjoy the rest of your West Coast Giants game. I couldn't watch that because I have to leave at 3/4 time, so it's not really worth it. But I think it's safe to say we have a winner in that game as well. Goodbye!